Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. I've always opined in this channel that a toad does not run in the daytime for nothing. When you see a toad running during the daytime, know that something is after its life. What is happening in Mulembe nation? What is happening in the Luhya nation? If you ask me, something is not going on well. This is not normal. What we can say is that yesterday, Luhya nations came out, Luhya politicians came out, guns blazing, very bitter, complaining that they have been wamechezwa na William Samoei Ruto. They were saying that they have been given a low deal when it comes to the appointment in the government. They give examples in CSS, that is the cabinet. They also give examples in the principal secretaries and in other government appointments. And they were saying that they have been ignored. They have been given a low deal compared to the other communities. They say that there is no substantive project, no major project is going on in the Western nation. The more things change, the more they continue changing. This time you're not going to say the more they remain the same. Because what we can say is that Mudavadi role in Ruto's administration is completely irrelevant. It is not making any sense. It is not adding any water. It is not bringing any value to the Luhya nation. And the Luhya nation have realized this. Wetangula brings nothing other than sentimental value in the Luhya nation. Just the fact that he's the Speaker of the National Assembly does not add anything. And again, Gachagua has overshadowed everyone in William Samoei Ruto's government. And he is everywhere. And he is even trying to displace the governors, as you have seen. Now, what we have is the pot cracking. The cooking pot is cracking. And I want us to look at what it means politically. What does this mean when the political pot starts cracking? So if you're joining this channel for the first time, or you have been in this channel and you have never subscribed, or you have been watching this video and you don't know whether you have subscribed, just hit the red button. And you can also hit this notification bar. And today I ask you just one thing. Give this video a thumbs up button, and I actually appreciate. So what does this mean when the cooking pot starts cracking? The first thing that is likely to happen in UDA is that UDA complete metamorphosis is coming to pass. Remember, I've always opined in this channel that one day UDA will remain a Karojin party, and that is where we are headed to. Because the party, UDA, initially it was Kenya Kwanza, then we saw it is UDA that was running the government, and now we are headed to URP. So complete metamorphosis of UDA or Kenya Kwanza to URP and Karojin party is where we are headed to. And this is very dangerous if you ask me, because we shall only have one tribe appearing to be the one that is leading the nation. The other thing is that what is likely to happen is that many other tribes are likely to follow suit. Ukiona mwenzako akinyolewa naye tia chako maji. And for sure, even the Maasai are complaining if you don't know. Yesterday, I watched the Maasai complaining, the herders. They were saying that they were promised by the government that the government was going to rescue them, because you realize that they have lost so many animals. And this is their livelihood. Because of the prevailing drought, the government promised to give them billions of money, but the money has not been forthcoming. They are bitter. They are not happy. They are not happy with William Samoei Ruto's government because of the suffering that they are facing. And also, I can see the isolation of the Kikuyu nation. Because if the Mulembe nation are complaining, they are complaining because of the Kikuyus. They are complaining because of Gachagua. They are complaining because the Kikuyus have been given so many CSs. They are complaining because Kikuyus are dominating the government. They are complaining because the Kalenjin are dominating the government. So it means that the Kikuyus will be isolated by the other tribes. Because you see, Kikuyus are taking everything. And if they take everything, it means the other tribes will not be happy with the Kikuyus. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, it is very clear that this is a strategy. I don't know whether by design or default that will ensure that Kikuyus are completely isolated, which is dangerous in my view to the Kikuyu nation. The other thing is that William Samoei Ruto's government is likely to be the most fragile government. It is likely to be very, very fragile, very delicate. Not because I remember Mwai Kibaki's government very vividly, and people said that there was a time he was left with Mudi Awori and he disbanded the whole government. So that time Kibaki was very, very vulnerable. The government became very, very fragile. People thought the government would collapse, but it did not collapse because Kibaki is a man with a lot of knowledge about statecraft. Then here, what we have, when the other communities start complaining about Ruto's administration, when the Maasai start complaining, when the Luhya start complaining, then you realize that this government will become very, very fragile and can easily be impeached. In fact, this government, if it continues like this, I can see an impeachment motion going to Parliament. And this is now where hardship comes in. Many people have never realized why Raila and Ruto seems to be talking these days. In fact, if you ask me, Ruto needs Baba than the way Baba needs Ruto. Ruto is desperately looking for Baba. Whether Baba is going to accept, I don't know. I will leave it to him because I know Baba can work with anybody and he has done it before. So what is happening is that unless Baba steps in to save William Samoei Ruto, this government will remain very, very fragile. Remember, I've said the cooking political pot has cracked and cannot hold much water. And you see, what will happen is that a time will come when it will not be able to cook, because come with the pesto and you start preparing food. And I'm talking about the traditional pot that is used by many Africans to cook with the traditional food, matoke and the likes. So what is happening is that when the Mulembe nation, when the Maasais, when some other communities start complaining, then no, something bad may happen in this country. The other thing is that we are likely to see the emergence of a strong leader, because of course there will be a vacuum. Because what this means politically is that William Samoei Ruto will not be very, very influential. He will not be very, very influential. And this is where now the vacuum will come in. Remember, Baba seems to be headed to retirement because of the virtue of his age. Because I believe he's going to support Kalonzo. And this is where Kalonzo comes in. And if Kalonzo sticks with Raila Amolo Odinga, if Kalonzo comes in forcefully, I can tell you, Kalonzo will be the 2027 presidential candidate. Not even the presidential candidate, but the president of the Republic of Kenya. He just needs to play his cards well. He just needs to work with Raila Amolo Odinga. He just needs to be very active, because the problem with Kalonzo sometimes he retreats. Like now, it looks like he has retreated and has left Baba in the field, in the political field. So if he is there, if he has been very vocal, because I believe he should be moving up and down, trying to sell his policies, because in the fullness of time, William Samoei Ruto will be a very weak president with very little influence. The other thing that is likely to happen is that Mudavadi will become completely irrelevant. Remember, Mudavadi has been outwitted by Gachagua. Remember Mudavadi's role in William Samoei Ruto's government. Nobody can explain his role. What is he doing in the government? What is the role of the chief cabinet secretary? What is he doing, by the way? What is the difference between him and Kidiki? What is the difference between him and other CSs? Nothing. It's just sentimental value to the real nation. The real nation are learning this. They are realizing that there is nothing that they are getting out of this, just the title. So this man will become completely irrelevant. Atakuwa kuku kinyonyoke, kuku abaye hana manyoya shigoni, for always opining this, that William Mudavadi ni kuku asiye na, and I'm using this as a metaphor, that kuku abaye hana manyoya shigoni ni kuku mzuri, kwa sababu ana nyama nzuri. He brings something good, nyama nzuri, mayai mazuri, but you see, he doesn't breed well like other chicken. He's a slow breeder. So that is Mudavadi for you. Mudavadi does not bring much value, and I'm telling you, he'll be buried in the political history of this country, and you'll be forgotten completely if you continue like this. Because you see, He's a laid down president. No, not president. A laid down prime cabinet secretary. I believe if it was somebody else who was given this position, he could be very, very influential. He could have played the part na angekuwa anaonekana akifanya kazi vizuri sana. But when you look at Mudavadi is just laid down. So he's busy killing his past and the future. Because if you ask me, he has killed the present. Again, something that is likely to happen when this pot starts cracking, because already it is cracking, we are likely to witness high voltage politics in this country. In fact, we are headed like we are in the campaign trail. Because people will start campaigning differently. You know, nature has vacuum. And what is likely to happen, we are likely to see, and remember Baba had said, I remember him saying that in January 2023, he has two agenda. One, you want the audit of the 2022 general elections results, presidential results. The other thing that he wants, we must change the constitution. Because that is what I can see now. And this is where now the high voltage politics will come in. And you see, everybody wants changes now, because already people are realizing that this William Samoei's government was nothing but hot air. This is Cases Coming towards Man Black Africa. I don't know what you think. Continue enjoying your holidays, and we shall continue bringing all the political analysis that are happening in this country and what we think portends or what we think lies ahead. Any move may tell a lot in politics. Remember to subscribe to this channel, and may you have a blessed day. Till next time, bye-bye.